Guys, we're going to go ahead and get started now. If you're just joining me, welcome. This is High Rise Yoga, and my name is Hannah. So let's begin in an easy seated position with ankles underneath the knees, removing the fleshiness from your sit bones, drawing up through the crown of your head. Big breath in through your nose. Big breath out through your mouth. Big breath in through your nose. Big breath out through your mouth. Big breath in through your nose. And out through your mouth. With eyes closed down, we'll start in a prayer tonight. Jesus, we thank you for this time on our mat. Lord, just help us to come to you and to simply rest. Just give us peace, ease all anxiety, and just let us be present for the next 30 minutes. Let this be a form of worship to you. In your name we pray, amen. All right, tonight's scripture, we're reading from Matthew 11:28. Come to me, all who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Breathe in through your nose, come to me, and exhale out through your mouth, all who labor and are heavy laden. In through your nose, and I will give, and exhale out through your mouth, you rest. With eyes closed down, set your intention for tonight's practice. And then begin to gently flutter your eyes open. And inhale both arms out, up and over your head. And exhale down over to the right side, both sit bones grounding into the mat. Big stretch with the left hand out, up and over. Breathe into the left side body. Coming back to that sense of rest. And then inhale, come back up to center. Exhale. Inhale, come over to the left side. Right arm out, up and over. Nice big stretch. Lengthen from the fingertips down through the right sit bone. Breathe into that right side body. Sure that the right shoulder is tracking back, and then inhale, coming back up to center. Nice. Inhale your arms out, up and over your head. Big stretch up to the sky like it's your morning stretch, and then exhale down to the earth, to the mat. We're going to do some shoulder rolls here, rolling the shoulder blades back and down. Feeling that heaviness in your shoulders where a lot of us carry stress and anxiety. Just letting that go and go the opposite direction. And come back to neutral. Now we're going to do some head rolls, starting right, back, over to the left, and forward. Taking time where you feel that your neck is catching. Maybe you're like me and your neck is popping. And then go the opposite direction. Just letting go of the day, and letting God do the rest. And then come back to the center, nicely done. Inhale the right arm up and over, and then bending to the right elbow, take your hand and just place it on the back of your upper thoracic spine. And now we're gonna lean over, hinge over to the left side to get an even bigger stretch in our right side body. Try to take that elbow up towards the sky. You'll definitely feel that. And then come back slowly. Now we're gonna do the opposite side. Inhale, left arm up and over, bending through that elbow. And then really place that palm on the back of the middle part of the spine there. And then exhaling over to the right side. And really try to open up with your heart by pulling that elbow up towards the sky. Maybe you're like my sister and you're yawning right now. Just breathing here in through your nose and out through your mouth. Grounding into the left sit bone. And inhale, come back up to center. Nicely done. Kind of shake out anything that you're feeling there, loosen up a bit. And then placing the hands on the knees, we're going to move into our seated cat-cows. So we're going to inhale the chest forward, shoulders back, gaze up. And then exhaling, rounding, pulling that belly button in, back towards the spine. Really pulling from the knees up to the shoulders. You'll feel a nice stretch in your shoulders when you do that. And then inhale, gaze up, shoulders back. Just flow with your breath. Pull that belly back and in. Feel a nice stretch in your upper back. One more time with your breath. Just bringing all those worries and thoughts, the to-do list from today, just laying them down for just the next couple of minutes, coming back to a neutral spine here. We're going to move now onto our hands and knees here. So our wrists are under the shoulders, knees are under the hips. You're curling the toes a bit. We're going to move into our cat-cows here. So inhaling the belly down, gaze up, pulling the shoulder blades back. And exhaling, rounding through the spine, pulling the belly in, pressing into all 10 fingers, really arch. And inhale, belly down, gaze up, tilt the tailbone. And rounding through that spine, really pull that belly back and up. Pressing into all 10 fingers. And then make your way back to a neutral spine here. Placing our hands out a little bit wider than shoulder width apart. Curling the toes under, we're going to press back into downward facing dog here. Really pedaling out the heels. Coming up onto the balls of the feet as we do. Pressing into all 10 fingers, really into the pointer and into the thumb, into the fleshiness between the two. And then shooting energy out through the tailbone, through the heels. Lengthening to the spine. Feet are straight in front of us. They're parallel to the sides of the mat. Inhale, come up to the balls of the feet, bend to the knees, and then shoot the heels back towards the mat. You'll feel a nice stretch in the backs of the hamstrings. Pedal out the heels. Remembering that our bodies are a temple.
We want to honor them. And we're doing that today by just resting, taking care of our bodies so we can take care of others. And then inhale, coming to the balls of the feet, bending to the knees, and slowly make your way to the top of the mat here. Grabbing your elbows and just ragdolling, hinging from the hips, swaying from side to side. Shaking your head yes. Shaking your head no. Yes to rest. No to all the craziness. Inhale, come up halfway, hands on your shins, shoulders flat back. And then exhaling, forward fold, letting that head grow even heavier. Inhale, your arms out, up and over your head. Big stretch up towards the sky, tucking the tailbone, engaging the core. Exhaling, swan diving down. Inhale, come up halfway. Shoulder blades back and down. Exhaling, forward fold. Inhale, your arms out, up and over your head. Exaggerate it, make it slow, engaging the core. Exhaling, swan diving down. Come to me, all who weary and are laden. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, your arms out, up and over your head, and I will give you rest. Exhaling, swan diving down. All who are weary and heavy laden. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, placing the hands on the mat. Step back into our plank pose. And this will probably just be our most challenging pose tonight. You can come to your knees if you like. If not, make sure that the wrists are under the shoulders. You're up on the balls of the feet. Flat back here. Breathing. Holding for just a couple more seconds. And then we're going to exhale down through chaturanga, or you can do knee down chaturanga through 5 counts, starting 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come to baby cobra, just pulling those shoulder blades back and down, pressing into the tops of the feet, looking up gently, and then exhaling down, pressing back into our child's pose, knees out wide, hips back towards the heels, walking the hands out, letting the forehead fall to the mat. Breathing in through the nose, exhaling out through the mouth. Letting the hips sink back towards the heels, letting the chest, the heart fall towards the earth, towards the mat. With each exhale, just sink deeper into this position, into this child's pose, this pose of rest. Inhale, come up onto hands and knees here. Tuck the toes under and press back into downward facing dog. Breathing here. Inhale, the right leg straight, a big stretch up to the sky. And then stacking the hips on top of each other, bend through that right knee. Open up to the right side. And then begin to rotate that knee in a circular motion, and then go the opposite direction, just loosening up those hips. Inhale, right leg straight up, big stretch, And then exhale, bring it forward. We're going to move into pigeons. So your right knee should be up by the right wrist, and then right ankle by left wrist. And then walking the left leg straight back, looking over your left shoulder. The foot should be directly behind you. Should look like a figure 7. And then inhale, coming up onto the fingertips here. And if you need to, you can grab a pillow and place it underneath your thigh here. Big stretch up, and then exhale, slowly make your way down onto the mat, onto your forearms here. If you can, try to scissor your hips a bit by drawing the right hip back while scissoring the left hip forward. We're trying to make sure that the hips are even and level. Flex through the right foot, protect the knee. And on the exhale, can you sink even deeper down into this stretch? It's a really big hip opener. Come to me, all who are weary and heavy laden, and I will give you rest. On the exhale, sink even deeper. And then inhale, slowly bring yourself up off the mat onto your fingertips here. Again, scissoring those hips. And then curling the back toes under. Inhale the right leg straight up here into a big stretch. Exhaling down onto the mat here. Pedaling out the heels. Inhale the left leg straight up, big stretch up to the sky. And then stacking the hips on top of each other, bending through that knee, open up to the left side. And then begin to circle the knee. And then go the opposite direction. And then inhale the left knee straight up here. And then exhale into our pigeon pose. So walking that back left or right leg back. Coming up onto our fingertips here. Making sure that we are flexing through the left foot, scissoring those hips a bit. We look behind our right shoulder, our right foot is straight back. Big inhale and exhaling, walking out onto our forearms here. Into this nice pigeon pose. Flexing through the left foot. On the exhale, just sink even lower. Letting go. Imagining when you're breathing in that you're shooting oxygen into your hip sockets, and then on the exhale, you're just sinking down. Breathing here. And then inhale, slowly walk your hands back up, bringing those shoulder blades back in together. And then begin to curl the back toes under. And inhale the left leg straight up into that three-legged dog here. Exhaling back down onto the mat. Big stretch. Pedaling out those heels. Now inhale, come up onto the balls of the feet, bending through the knees, And make your way to the top of the mat here. Again, we're ragdolling, grabbing our elbows, hanging, swaying from side to side. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale your arms out, up and over your head. Big stretch here. And then exhale, swan diving down. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, we're coming into our chair pose here. Bending through the knees. Engaging the core. Try to have a flat back, engaged arms. Knees are not over the toes. You should be able to wiggle them just a bit. And then exhaling, we're going to roll back onto our back and rock back and forth. And then we're going to shoot up back into our chair pose here. Have some fun with it. Use your momentum. And one more time, exhaling, back, rocking back and forth. And then shoot up into our chair pose. And this time we're gonna rock back, rocking back and forth. Now just bring those knees into your chest, rocking from side to side. Giving yourself a nice massage. You can rotate the knees in a circular fashion and in the opposite direction. And now inhaling the right knee up towards the chest, exhaling the left leg out. Big stretch here. Squeeze it into the chest. And on the exhale, we're going to let that knee fall out to the right side, really opening up, but maintaining the left leg on the ground. Keep that left leg just really grounding into the mat. You get a nice stretch here on the right side. Can you let that right knee just fall even further to the outside of your mat? Really nice stretch. And then you can kind of move that knee in a really big circle. Again, we're just really bringing a lot of fluid into our hip pocket there, and go the opposite direction. Inhale, squeeze the right knee into the chest, and then exhale, twist over to the left side. Extend the right arm out to the side, gently look over at your right fingertip. Breathe into the belly. Expand the belly as you breathe. On the exhale, go deeper into the twist. Inhale the knee back into the chest here, big squeeze. And exhale it out onto the mat. We're going to do the opposite side now. Inhaling, left knee up towards the chest, big squeeze. Exhaling, the left knee out to the left side. Getting that nice stretch. Remember, we're really grounding in to the right side with our right sit bone, with our right hip, with our right leg. And then begin to circle that left knee. Really make them big circles. And then go the opposite way. And this is kind of what we're doing in that downward dog when we have a three-legged dog, but sometimes it's hard to make those motions when we're trying to balance. And inhale, the left knee into the chest. Exhale, twist over to the right side. This time, left arm out and gently gaze over the left fingers. Breathing into the belly.
letting go. Now inhale the left knee back into the chest. Big squeeze and exhale it out onto the mat. Inhale both knees up towards the chest here. Squeeze, rocking from side to side. Now this time we're going to move into a reclined butterfly. So the heels are pulling in towards the groin, knees are out wide. Just let the knees fall, let gravity take them, placing the hands out to the side, palms facing up. You can close down your eyes. Just imagining that God's healing rest is just washing over you. Where are you holding tension? What you need to let go of? Inhale both knees together. And then exhale, windshield wiper the knees from side to side. Inhale both knees back up towards the chest, rocking from side to side. And then bending through the knees, grab the outside of the feet, moving into happy baby. You can extend one leg, and then the other. And then bending through the knees, big squeeze into the chest. And then exhale it out onto the mat, both legs. Find your comfortable final resting pose, letting the feet grow heavy, opening up to the sides, palms facing up, letting the shoulder blades roll under. We're going to tense up every single part of our body before we rest in this final corpse pose. So squeeze your hands, squeeze your fists, engage the glutes, squeeze the booty, point the toes, scrunch the face, tense every single muscle in your entire body, and then exhale, release. Shavasana. Just let go and let God go. This ultimate surrender pose. Just rest. Take a deep breath in through your nose and exhale. Close your eyes. who are weary and heavy laden. And I will give you rest. Gently begin to wiggle your toes. Wiggle your fingers. And slowly roll onto whatever side feels best today, using your forearm as a nice pillow. And when you're ready, gently press yourself up into a nice seated position. And closing down your eyes. Come back to the intention that you set for your practice. Come to me, all who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Matthew 11:28. Gently flutter your eyes open, and inhale your arms out, up and over your head, big stretch, and exhale them back down to heart center. We'll end our practice today by saying Jaimasi. If you feel comfortable, share with me in Jaimasi, which means victory of the Messiah. Jaimasi, my friend. Thanks for joining this restful Christian yoga practice. I hope you enjoyed it. If you like this video, I would love for you to give me a thumbs up, a comment, share with friends and family, and subscribe to my channel. Thanks so much, and Jaimasi.